Welcome back. All right, so career video today. We're going to take a look at the career of Bryan McCabe. McCabe, I'm wearing Toronto because that's where he spent the most time out of the teams that he was with, but he did move around the league a bit. He was a number 40 pick by the New York Islanders in 1993. So, 1993, good year for the Islanders. They were a third place team in their division. They ended up going pretty far in the playoffs. By the time McCabe comes in, it's a bit of a different story with the Islanders. 95 96, he comes in. Already having won World Junior Gold twice with Team Canada in 94 and 95. So 95 96, he plays all 82 games, 7 goals, 19 assists, 26 points. Now, this is one of those careers I have to mention penalty minutes. 156 penalty minutes that year. So, as a rookie, he comes in, he's good at both ends of the ice. He plays physical, he can drop the gloves if he needs to. McCabe becomes a popular guy right out of the gate. 96-97, he plays all 82 games again. 8 goals, 20 assists, 28 points. So his points total stay about the same, 165 penalty minutes. So the penalty minutes come up a little bit. Overall, good showing. So 97-98, his points totals drop off. And the Islanders make a move. One thing Mike Milbury was not scared of doing is making a trade. 56 games, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points, 145 penalty minutes. Now, Islander fans became very frightened of those trades, but Milbury wasn't frightened to make them. February 6th, he becomes a member of the Vancouver Canucks, and a huge transformative deal for Vancouver. He is traded with a 1998 third-round pick, which was used to draft Jarkko Ruutu, as well as Todd Bertuzzi, and going the other way was Trevor Linden. Now, Linden had been the face of the Vancouver Canucks, but with the arrival of Mark Messier, Linden basically found himself out of Vancouver pretty quickly thereafter. So after arriving in Vancouver, McCabe, 26 games, 1 goal, 11 assists, 12 points. Pretty strong numbers, honestly, in that he records the same number of points in less than half the number of games with Vancouver as he had with the Islanders. 64 penalty minutes. So the toughness is still there too. 98-99 turns out to be his only full season in Vancouver. 69 games, 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points. 120 penalty minutes as well. Now, he becomes part of an absolutely massive day for the Vancouver Canucks. The trade with McCabe is one of those ways that they end up getting Daniel Sedin. So June the 25th, McCabe, and again, remember, he's a young defenseman, he's physical, he can work at both ends of the ice. Well, Chicago wants that player. So he's traded to Chicago along with the 2000 first-round pick, which was used to draft Pavel Vorobiev. And going the other way, going the other way, a 1999 first, which ends up being traded as the Canucks would come out from draft day with both of the Sedin twins. So it was some smart moves made by Brian Burke that day, and so McCabe, in arriving in Vancouver, transformative deal, changed the team forever, and the trade out helped to change the team forever as well. So playing with Chicago in 99-2000, that turns out to be his only season in Vancouver, or in Chicago, after the year and a half in Vancouver. So 79 games with the Blackhawks, 6 goals, 19 assists, 25 points, and 139 penalty minutes. Now, through the summer, he's still a Blackhawk, but we reach October 2nd, he becomes a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs. October 2nd, he's traded for a 2001 fourth-round pick and Alexander Karpovtsev. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Toronto wins this trade. This was a deal that basically helped us solidify Toronto's blue line. The 2000-2001 season with the Maple Leafs, he plays 82 games that season, so it's his first full season where he's played every game for a while. But he's not missing a ton of time. The 13 games missed in 98-99 standing out a little bit there. But 5 goals, 24 assists, 29 points for him. 123 penalty minutes that first season with Toronto. In the playoffs, he adds 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 11 games. 16 penalty minutes with that as well. So with Toronto, he finally debuts in the playoffs. He'd been in the league since 95, but 2001, he's finally a playoff performer. 2001-2002, he plays 82 games again, 17 goals, 26 assists, 43 points. So it's the first season he's double-digit in the goals total. 20 games in the playoffs, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. So a nice long run for Toronto in the playoffs and 30 penalty minutes as well. So he's not shy about the penalty minutes in the playoffs either, although it seems like it's at a bit of a lower rate than during the regular season, which is kind of standard, right, with NHLers. So 2002-2003, his offensive numbers take a drop, about half, really. 75 games, 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points, 135 penalty minutes for McCabe that year. 7 games in the playoffs, 3 assists, and 10 penalty minutes. So the 02-03 season, not as good. But what does he do for an encore from that? 03-04 is a much better season. 75 games played, 16 goals, 37 assists, 53 points, 86 penalty minutes. So the penalty minutes come down. The points go up by more than double from the season prior. In the playoffs, he adds 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in 13 games, as well as 14 penalty minutes. So again, penalty minutes are down. He is 4th in Norris voting, and he's a second-team All-Star. So absolutely a star is born. Toronto's best defenseman at that point. 04-05, of course, that season is wiped out. Nothing to discuss there. So we go to 05-06, where he plays 73 games with the Leafs. 19 goals. That's as close to a 20-goal season as he ever gets. 49 assists, 68 points, a career high. 116 penalty minutes, and 9th in Norris voting. So that's 2 years in a row. He's top 10 in Norris voting, and things look pretty good. 06-07 rolls around. 82 games, so he's back to playing every game. His numbers take a bit of a drop. 15 goals, 42 assists, 57 points. He adds 115 penalty minutes. So 1 less penalty minute, 9 more games played. But again, good, solid defenseman. 2007-2008, he only plays 54 games that year, records 5 goals, 18 assists for 23 points, 81 penalty minutes. And then the following season, September 2nd, he is traded with a 2010 fourth for Mike Van Ryn. So again, big trade, a trade that we would talk about for years after, especially since with Florida, his numbers bounce back. Plays 69 games the 08-09 season, 15 goals, 24 assists, 39 points, 41 penalty minutes. So notice those penalty minutes just nosedive, but his points do not. So pretty strong season all around. 2009-2010, he plays all 82 games for the first time in a few years. 8 goals, 35 assists, 43 points, 83 penalty minutes. So penalty minutes are right around 1 per game. That's not bad. And again, you know, he's playing well, but at this point, you're looking at a guy who's got a lot of hockey that he's played, and his career is about to wind down. 2010-2011, plays 48 games with the Florida Panthers, 5 goals, 17 assists, 22 points, 28 penalty minutes. February 26th, he is traded to the New York Rangers, where he would have his final destination, basically, for his career. For a 2011 third-round pick, which was used to draft Logan Shaw, as well as Tim Kennedy. So the New York Rangers, he plays 19 games after that trade, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points, and only 6 penalty minutes with the Rangers. In the playoffs, he adds 2 assists in 5 games, 14 penalty minutes for him. He would return to the Florida Panthers. He's in the Florida Panthers organization now. So must have made a really good impression on him and vice versa while he was there for that approximately 2.5 years. But yeah, he ends up with 1,135 games played in his career, 145 goals, which is good for a defenseman, 383 assists, 528 points, 1,732 penalty minutes. In the playoffs, in 56 games, he adds 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points, 84 penalty minutes there. He also had gold at the World Championships in 1997. 1992, he had gold at the Pacific Cup. That is the tournament we now call the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. So under 18 tournament, he did well. He did well playing at the World Juniors, getting his gold twice, and playing at the World Championships. He had gold once. Did not have Olympic gold in there. That's the one that's missing. But hey, still a pretty solid career and a good defenseman who was a big part of the transformation of the Vancouver Canucks from one era to another, even though he was only there for 95 games in total. None of those being playoffs, of course. He had to go to Toronto to get into the playoffs. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.